A few bits and bobs of activity here this morning, still pretty early, but they are getting themselves set up. It's the 24th show they've done here in Clacton. Hugely popular, 200,000 people were here last year. And the key difference between this show and Shoreham is that it happens out there over the sea. So they say that it is inherently safer than those that take place over land. Let's just remind ourselves very quickly of the new restrictions that are in place from the Civil Aviation Authority after the events just 5 days ago. They mainly affect vintage jet aircraft, which can no longer perform what they call high energy aerobatics over land. But as I say, these air shows are hugely popular. There were 104 of them across Britain last year, and they brought in something like £79 million to local businesses and charities. Gives you an idea of the scale of these events. Let's have a quick chat this morning to the director of the Clacton Air Show, Mike Carron. Good morning to you, Mike.
Good morning, Graham.
Any hesitations for you about putting this show on over the next 2 days, given the appalling events that happened in Shoreham just 5 days ago?
Well, obviously, as a local authority, we considered all the implications, and it goes without saying that our hearts and thoughts are with the people in Shoreham right now and everybody affected by that awful tragedy. But, you know, every event is unique, and as you referred, our event happens over the sea. We have a 23-year unblemished track record. And we took the decision that we would carry on with our events.
Interestingly, this morning, Durham are saying that they have postponed their event, which was due to happen on Saturday. And in their statement, they say they're going to wait for the full review that the Civil Aviation Authority are doing, which is prudent, isn't it? You didn't think it was worth waiting until they'd finished their review?
Well, obviously there was new regulations which came out over the last few days, which we've obviously been reacting to. And our event has been signed off without any changes to the original plan. And as I say, we've been planning our event for 23 years. Every year we hone our plans, we change them, we evolve them, we make them more safe. Safety is always our primary concern. We work with all the emergency services and a huge range of partners over the entire year in order to make this completely safe for people. You know, with the event happening over the sea with a large exclusion zone, again, we've taken the decision that we're going to go ahead with our events.
The sort of difficulty for you, I suppose, in some ways, is that we're so close, aren't we, to the events that happened in Shoreham just 5 days ago. We're not that far away geographically, really, and there will be some people watching this who think, actually, even almost out of respect, it would have been better to postpone today's events.
Yeah, you know, I understand that some people may have those thoughts. You know, we'll be paying our own tribute today. We'll be reading out a short tribute to everybody who was affected by the tragedy. But you know, as you mentioned before, there's going to be 100,000 people coming to the event today, families, people from all over the country. Businesses are hugely reliant on the air show in this area. It's worth £5.5 million in our economy. So, you know, we've taken everything into consideration. And as I say, our hearts go out to everybody involved in what was an awful incident, but we are going ahead today with the event.
And you're not affected, are you, by the regulations the new regulations that have been imposed, because they only apply to events that are happening over land? That's right, is it?
Yes, that's correct. Our event was signed off about 2 days ago completely in light of the new regulations and without any change. So we have got a couple of vintage jets. We've got the Vulcan bomber that's last year flying and a MiG jet fighter today, but their displays will happen over the sea.